This is not your typical gig work. This is for my bosses. This is for my hustlers, my people that want to really run it up. If you're ready to chase this check on the road and be a real road runner, then I got something for you today, and all you need is your vehicle.
Hello, honey bun.
Hello, my honey buns. It's your gal Lou, or you can call me Miss Honey. And in today's video, I am going over some important information with you that can honestly change the game for you, all right? So if you've been looking for ways to really run it up and make some money on the road in your own vehicle, then this video is for you. Now, for my people that are interested in doing medical courier work, maybe this is your first time actually landing on a video about it, or maybe you've been doing your research but you feel like the market is getting oversaturated, or you've been running into companies that aren't actually hiring anymore. If you fall into any of those categories, then I have something for you. So in this video, I am going to be giving you companies that are actually hiring and companies that you can truly run it up at, all right? So not the lowest paying companies. Now, for my people that are not familiar with medical courier work, I want to get into that first so that you have a better understanding of what it is that you're signing up for. So just a quick rundown of what being a medical courier entails, so that we are on the same page and you know just exactly what you're signing yourself up for. First things first, you're going to be in your vehicle majority of your shift whenever you're not picking up your packages. And these packages that you're picking up are not your typical packages that you would be delivering. Say for instance, if you worked for FedEx, UPS, USPS. No, you would be picking up packages that contain important medical items. So I'm talking, it could be lab specimens, organs, it can be surgical items and tools needed to perform procedures. It could be medications, medical supplies. It's just a range of things that you would be delivering depending on the company that you get with and your assignment that you're on. All right, so I just want to make that clear. This is for my people that do know how to be professional and that will take their job seriously. I want to really be upfront about that, because if you watch some of these videos on the internet and you see these delivery drivers just being unprofessional and carrying on like hooligans, you cannot do that with this kind of work. This is not a game. Someone's life and livelihood can be in your hands. So you need to take this job seriously. If you know that you lack discipline, if you know that you lack professionalism, if you know that you are someone that needs to be supervised at all times to make sure you do your job, then I don't recommend trying to get into this type of work, because this is for people that are independent workers, someone that can work alone, someone that doesn't need someone standing over them telling them what to do. You know, you have to be prompt. You have to be on time. A lot of the deliveries that you are going to do are going to be time sensitive. So it's not a game. You're playing with your livelihood and you're playing with other people's livelihoods. Okay, so I just want to make that very clear, because I know that this is becoming a very popular way to get money for a lot of people. It's been around for a long time, but it's just like with anything else on social media, it gets popular. More people find out about it and people want in. And believe it or not, contrary to popular belief, there's enough room for everybody to make money. You know, you can definitely get on as a medical courier, even now with so many people being interested. But I need you to understand that you have to be professional. This is a real job. This is a real, even if you're doing it on your own schedule, this is real. So know what you're signing up for and understand the seriousness of it. Now that takes me into the next topic. You having a reliable vehicle is important. When I say reliable vehicle, I know people have gotten confused about this in the past, so I want to break that down. A reliable vehicle is a vehicle that's not breaking down every 5 business days. A reliable vehicle is a vehicle that is maintained properly and running and in good condition. It's going to get you from point A to B You're up to date on your oil change, your tires, you know, any important maintenance, your brakes, all these things are taken care of. That is a reliable vehicle. And typically most companies do not want your vehicle to be more than 12 years old, but each company sometimes does vary. But yes, y'all, that's what I mean when I say a reliable vehicle. All right, that mug needs to be running. It needs, if you know your car stops on you often or is jerking and twerking and shaking, then this might not be the time for you to get into this type of work. All right, next, certifications. You're going to want to get your HIPAA certification, your bloodborne pathogens, things like that. Now, understand that each company is different, and depending on what type of medical tools or items you're delivering, you may not need the bloodborne pathogens. It just depends. So if you'd like to wait until you get hired, you can do that as well. So most companies, they'll let you know that you need a certification, but it's not necessarily a determining factor for you to move on in the first steps of the process. So it's just a matter of you having the basics out the way. The basics out the way is that vehicle and your insurance and your clean driving record. That's the main three things to focus on at first. I think people get so overwhelmed because they're trying to just do so many things at one time, but focus on what matters most, and that's going to be those three things that I mentioned. Now I want to go ahead and get into the companies that are hiring right now, because that's what we're here for, right? Okay, so first up on my list is MedSpeed. MedSpeed actually hires you as an employee and not a contractor. So it is important that you know the difference between an employee and a contractor. When you're a contract position, you know, your taxes and all those things you are responsible for, as well as you typically have more freedom when you're picking up contracts versus being an employee. Now, when you're an employee, typically you'll have benefits, you'll have more so of a stable set schedule, and you'll be supervised a bit more than if you were doing contract work, okay? So there's not as much freedom and wiggle room, but this is going to be good for a lot of people, and you can still run it up. Also, if you know you're interested in doing direct contracts, it's nothing wrong with starting off as an employee to get some experience under your belt and to network. So I highly recommend still applying for employee positions as well if you're just getting started, or if you're running into a situation where companies, they're just not hiring you. And now MedSpeed actually operates in 60+ markets, and you can find their open positions on Indeed, and they do currently have open positions. So you just want to go on Indeed and type in your location. You can, I believe you can still use precise location, or you can put in your zip code that you prefer to work in and see if they have open positions in your area. Okay, second on my list is Drop Off. And you can actually apply directly to Drop Off's website. So when you go to dropoff.com, you're gonna see sign up to drive. It's gonna say become a courier with Drop Off, and you wanna click on sign up to drive. And you'll see all of the open positions that they have. They do have quite a few open for cargo van owners and box truck owners. But as you scroll further down, you'll see driver contractor positions as well. And then they do have a few medical courier positions open, but lots of driver contractor positions available in other states. All right, now we have Stat Courier. Stat Courier actually operates in 25+ states, and they do a lot of contracting with labs and hospitals. You'll have a better chance of steady medical box routes with them. And when you go on their website, you'll see that they are hiring drivers right now. Now, there are a couple of issues with their website right now, so if you run into the issues, I do recommend that you reach out to them directly. You can either email them or call the number, and someone will walk you through the process. All right, next I want to talk about Indeed. I know you probably were not expecting me to say Indeed, but I'm going to give you a huge tip. Right now, there are so many positions available through Indeed for medical couriers, all right? And because there are so many available, I didn't want to limit you to just one company. I'd rather just tell you straight up, there's multiple companies that are using Indeed to hire for medical drivers. So I definitely recommend that you check that out because there's a number of companies hiring directly through Indeed for the medical courier positions right now. And as you know, it's super popular. So many people are starting their own medical courier businesses and getting that up and running as well. So there's so much room for growth. And it just takes me back to that whole conversation or topic where people seem to think that the market is so oversaturated to the point where there's no more hope left. That is not the case. Every day, people are starting their own medical courier businesses and getting things off the ground, okay? And so there is still a chance for you to get hired with someone. Definitely check out Indeed for local medical courier positions in your area, aside from the companies that I've already mentioned. Last but certainly not least is VHO. So VHO is not only medical, they have major healthcare partners. And something I love about them is the fact that you can self-schedule your routes. Similar to like driving for Amazon Flex, except it's better pay. I definitely want to give you an extra tip and say sign up for morning routes if you can, because that's where a lot of medical deliveries happen. Okay, now a few more tips I want to give y'all before I close out this video. Don't lose hope. If this is something that you're truly interested in getting into, you absolutely can. You just have to understand that there's more than one way to do it. For example, if you just find that going through certain companies is not working for you, you always have the option to cut the middleman out and go the direct contract route. And honestly, the direct contract route is definitely one that I recommend, okay? And so I have multiple ebooks that can help you out with this. I have my direct contract playbook. It's going to give you the step-by-step basis and get you more familiar with what direct contracts are and how to get into them. But not only that, I do have my medical courier blueprint ebook as well. And that book will help you if you're just getting started out as a medical courier. It's just gonna basically similar information that I'm already giving in my videos, but it's for my people that like to read or want to just see something in front of you. You know, you don't want to keep rewinding a video or replaying a video, hearing my voice over and over. Then the ebook is going to be perfect for you. As always, I hope that y'all found this video helpful, and I will see you on the next one. And yeah, thank you for stopping by and tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and give this video a big fat hype if you haven't already.